Thank you for joining me. This is episode number 1 of Celebrate Your Grief, the story behind the story. And today I am going to share with you about breathwork and the significance that breathwork has played in my life and how I think that it can be significant for you if you haven't already started practicing it. So when I first started really putting my energy into breath work, it was after I had finished my zero waste blog, and I had this inspiration to write another blog called Exercise Your Breath. It was sparked from a conversation that I had with my father-in-law. We were all sitting around in their living room, and I believe the conversation was about sleep. And for a minute, I want to get you to try this exercise with me. If you can test and see which nostril is the easiest for you to breathe through right now, if it's your left or your right, it indicates what side of your nervous system is most active right now, what your body's working in. So if it's your right side that's most easy to breathe through, which it is for me right now, that is your fight or flight response, or your sympathetic nervous system that is active, which makes sense because I'm feeling a little nervous about giving this video and so I'm sort of like withdrawn and my nervous system is responding in that way. So as I relax, that'll shift to my left nostril, become easier and easier to breathe, and that is your parasympathetic nervous system, or your feed and breathe. So when you're having trouble sleeping, or as you're falling asleep, so common for a lot of us, we wake up in the middle of the night and we have trouble getting back to sleep because our minds kind of kick in and the thoughts sort of take over. And so this is one time that I recommend using this the most, is at that moment in the night when you wake up and you feel like, oh, okay, that's it, I just can't get back to sleep. So you lie on your right side of your body so that your left nostril is higher in space, I guess, higher from your pillow, and your sinuses will automatically adjust and clear that space for you, and then your parasympathetic nervous system will take over and it'll be that much easier to fall asleep. I do it almost nightly now. I almost always fall asleep on that side because I know that when I'm lying on my left hand side, that it will be that much more difficult for me to have a deep sleep. So that is one of the gems of breath work that I learned when I took my very first yoga class when I was a teenager with Mugs at Naramata. And that little bit of knowledge really opened up a world of possibilities to me. I thought at that moment, after sharing that information with my father-in-law, that there's so many different breathwork exercises out there that are worth exploring and diving into and sharing. And so I started making a list of all the different ones that I could think of and started researching different breathwork examples. And at the time, I didn't realize just how much knowledge and depth and how important breathwork truly can be for accessing trauma inside your body. What I wanted to say from opening that world of breathwork to myself and having this idea about what potentially could become a book on breathwork evolved into the book that is now Celebrate Your Grief. From allowing that stream of knowledge to start flowing and exploring through myself and the avenues that were available to me in the internet and books and conversations, I began opening myself up to what I did not know was even a possibility. And that's where things start to get really exciting. I won't dive into it today, but these are all of the topics that I'm going to be covering over the next year. And a lot of this is shared in the book. But it has become a passion for me to share these learnings and hope that I can pass on some of this experience with you as well, the listener. All right. Thank you for bearing with me today. I appreciate your time, and I hope you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, give this video a like, and we'll see you next time. Okay, thanks. Take care.